Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of the CCIR Student Research Spotlight. I'm Nell, and today I'm welcoming Amalia from Greece, who is in Year 12. And with CCIR, she worked with Dr. Bethania Antunes on a project titled Anchoring Change, Overcoming Barriers in the Greek Shipping Industry. Sounds very interesting. So welcome, Amalia. It's lovely to have you.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to be here.
I wonder if you could begin just by introducing who you are and maybe giving a little summary overview of what your project is about.
Yes, of course. So my name is Amalia Maria Piperaki. I'm 17 years old. I live in Greece. I'm currently, as you mentioned, in my 12th year of high school. I'm doing the IB program. And my project is based on, so what actually fueled my interest was I am raised in a traditional Greek shipping family. So I've always been immersed in the shipping world. I accompanied my grandfather to the docks, learning about ships, how the industry works. But I was always suddenly reminded that it's a male-dominated sector and women have really not a big place in it and they're not welcomed. So as I grew older through internships, I wanted to further explore this underrepresentation. So I applied to CCIR to further explore this interest and query that I had.
No, that's so interesting. That's such a good starting point to come from something like a really kind of personal experience and something in your family. So how did you kind of go from, obviously experiencing this, like the kind of disparity, gender disparity in this industry in your family to then CCIR? What made you think, I want to take a kind of academic research approach to this issue? What was the thought process between the two?
So I was doing an internship in a prominent shipping company, and I saw this gender imbalance firsthand. So I wonder if there's like a way to further make a difference in the shipping world. So I heard about CCIR during another guy from my internship who had also done previous research. So I applied, and here I am.
Fantastic, that's amazing. And so tell us a little bit more about what your project, like how you've gone about doing the research, what it's kind of entailed, and maybe how CCIR, the resources and everything have helped you to go about carrying out this project.
Yes, so I work very closely with my mentor, Dr. Antunes. She has been an amazing help with me. We had a lot of introductory sessions because when I first started researching, I didn't really know how to do university level research. So she helped me with presentations. We went over the main parts of the research, the structure, and everything that it should include. So I asked questions, she answered, and we kind of did this back and forth. And then also in terms of my literature review, she really helped me see how I can analyze like very big resources in like 2 hours and underline only the key points. So I could go like through a lot of resources in a little time. And then also in my research, I conducted interviews with industry professionals. So my mentor also helped me with how to structure them, how to conduct them, and then later on how to analyze them and interpret them. So overall, she was a very big help to how to do the whole research, basically.
Sure, yeah, no, that's really great to hear. And I mean, it is such a kind of leap from anything I imagine you'd have done before at school. It always is a big jump to university level studying, especially when you're 17. That's incredible. So when you were carrying out your research, did you involve your family at all? Because obviously you have that connection.
Not my family directly in interviews, but through my family's connections, I got to interview 8 industry female industry professionals in high-level positions. And then also from my experience with my family and internships in the shipping industry, I kind of merged all that information and added it into the research.
Fantastic. And so the project that you have created, is it like a dissertation style? Have you written, is it kind of, statistics and analysis, or how have you kind of presented it? Did you have to learn how to write like a big document, or how is it kind of structured?
I kind of structured it in two hypotheses. One was analyzing barriers and challenges that women face currently in the industry. And then the second part was about solutions and what can be done so the challenge can be mitigated or one day non-existent. My research contains a literature review at the start, and then some quotes and interpretations from the interviews that I conducted, and then kind of my findings all together at the end.
Wonderful. So how did you find, being a young woman yourself and carrying out this research? I'm imagining it's quite a niche sort of area that hasn't really had much investigation into it before, but I could. What was your experience of that like? And do you feel that there is a kind of tangible, practical change that could be made, that you could genuinely see based on your research?
Yes, you're totally right. There is a big gap in literature surrounding the shipping industry. That's why in my literature review, I focused on other male-dominated business sectors, and I gathered information from there because there wasn't anything really about the shipping industry, which there should be, because it's a very prominent sector and very big in trade globally. And then can you remind me the second part of the question?
I just sort of, I suppose, based on the second part of your project, do you feel like that you've been able to play a little part in hopefully creating some change within the shipping industry? Like, do you feel like you've been able to create a sort of practical, I don't know, maybe some ideas of how to improve it, or that you'll be able to visibly see a difference going forward?
Yes, I really hope I did, because I gathered information from real women, real experiences, real everything. So I really hope that people who can read my paper can see that there is a problem and that there needs to be change. And also moving on, my project garnered attention from 2 magazines who want to interview me for the paper. So also through that, trying to spread the word. I also wrote some articles about my project and about the underrepresentation of women in the shipping industry. So I hope through all this, like raising awareness, a change can be made in the industry. And I hope I can be a part of it.
Fantastic. Well, it sounds like you're definitely a starting point for that, and a springboard for the changes. Brilliant. So I'd love to hear a little bit more about your experience in general with CCIR, maybe how you found the application process, and how you found the experience in general, maybe socially. Obviously, you've mentioned that it was a really good experience working with Dr. Antunes. Maybe just enlighten us a little bit about how you ended up here, and whether you enjoyed it or not.
Yes, I enjoyed it very much. And I also learned a lot through the application process, because as I'm applying to US universities, I'm kind of going through the same process right now. So it was good to have a head start to it and have a first experience writing the personal statement for CCIR, and the interviews for CCIR really prepared me for what I'm going through now. So I'm very lucky that I went through that with CCIR first. And as for my research knowledge, I learned a lot. I use it also now in the IB to conduct my extended essay and some smaller research projects. So my experience in tandem with my research knowledge and how to conduct research, how to go over papers, how to structure the research, how to analyze, how to write, all of these things really helped me to date.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I'm so pleased to hear that. I mean, I think it sounds like a wonderful opportunity to learn a little bit about the world of research. I feel like, I'm in my final year of university and I'm still sort of figuring it out. So it sounds like you're going to be really well prepared, in the sense of doing applications, but also for the actual work you'll do when you get to university. What is it that you're applying to do?
As no surprise, I want to work in the shipping industry. That's why I want to create an environment that I want to work in. That's why I'm doing all of this. First, I'm going to apply for either economics or business management, and then follow on with shipping as a master's.
Fantastic. That's really cool. And so socially, how did you find working with CCIR? Did you manage to meet other people who had sort of similar interests? Again, it's very sort of niche research, but I wonder if you met anybody that was interesting, or that you could learn things from, any other young people your age. Be nice to hear.
I didn't connect with any other people my age, but with my mentor, I still talk to her now. She gives me advice on other things or surrounding the research or with college applications. So this relationship really has helped me and is helping me. And I have a hopefully lifelong relationship with a person that I really admire and really look up to, who helps me and inspires me.
Oh, that's fantastic. That sounds like an incredibly valuable relationship and experience. That's really, really wonderful to hear. Okay, so overall, I mean, it sounds like a wonderful time with CCIR, and I'm really pleased that it has, offered you so much and you've taken so much from it. What would you think some of your highlights of working with CCIR were?
I would say probably the interview process, interview period, where I worked with my mentor on the questions. I was very nervous about the interviews at first because I didn't really know how to do them, but we did some mock interviews. We constructed the questions together. And then once I got to actually doing the interviews with the professionals and hearing experiences and immersing myself with all of this diverse point of views and diverse experiences, I just really understood why the world of research is so captivating and so interesting. And I loved it. So I think that was my highlight, because I get to learn so much and I got to connect with so many people that I admire, and then interpreting that data and coming up with conclusions and solutions, I think was the highlight for me.
Yeah, amazing. Sounds like a huge learning experience. And so what would you say if you did encounter any challenges? What were they and how did you overcome them?
I think the only challenge that I encountered was a little bit time management at the ending, because I started the research during the summer, which I had a lot of time and I was very comfortable. We were doing a lot of theory with my mentor and everything. But towards the end, school had started and I tried to manage everything. So I kind of rushed the last part to try to get everything together so it was ready in time. That was a bit challenging, but now I feel that I've learned so much and I can really do things in a fast pace, which will aid me in university and in my life generally. So it's a challenge that came out to be very valuable.
Fantastic. I suppose that's what it's all about, isn't it? This learning process. Wonderful. I mean, it's so interesting to hear everything. So please, could you give a little bit of advice to anybody that is considering applying for CCIR? What would you recommend, and any top tips?
Yeah, definitely do it. I find the topic that you're actually passionate about, because for me, it's a topic that I wanted to explore for a long time, but I never actually had the resources or the time. And when I actually thought, okay, I really want to do this, I'm going to devote some time. I've come so much more educated, and my experiences I have experience that will help me for a lifetime. So my advice is find something that you really like and you're passionate about, and go for it, because it's an amazing experience and you learn so much and it's very helpful.
Wonderful. Well, I think if there's not anything else you would like to add, I think yeah, that's it for today. Is there anything else you'd like to say, or any questions?
I'm very grateful for this opportunity, and I feel very happy that I got to experience this and to make a change in a very global industry that needs a change, and it needs to change. And I hope that through these, other people can get inspired to do something similar in other industries. And yes, basically that.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, it's so inspiring hearing you talk, and it's amazing to see, this is an industry of the whole world, really. We need more young women, I think, to really fight our corner and make a difference. So I'm so glad that this was a really positive experience for you. And yeah, it's going to set you off on a fantastic trajectory. And I wish you all the best. And it's been a pleasure talking to you. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your time.